Hi everyone, and thanks for coming back to our channel. Today we find ourselves looking back at the early days of us creating videos. It's the 16th May 2010 and we're having a walk around Towneley Hall and Gardens in Burnley in Lancashire. The hall itself is set in 445 acres of well-kept parkland. This historic house has a museum that houses displays about natural history, Egyptology, local history, textiles, decorative art and regional furniture, together with an art gallery. In 2005, the Heritage Lottery Fund granted £2 million to fund a major restoration of the park. The previous lottery grant helped to build a museum shop, lecture theatre and offices in the footprint of the old servants' quarters. There's lots of open space to wander about in the grounds, including gardens, a kids' play area and a garden centre. In the park are woodland sculptures, the ancient Foldys Cross and a Cenotaph. And there are two cafes too. Towneley Hall sits in extensive historic parkland, with formal gardens, woodland walks and sculpture and nature trails. In spring, the woodlands have bluebells and wild garlic, with rhododendrons in the summer and brilliant autumn foliage. A network of well-signed paths and nature trails lets you explore the historic landscape. An adventure playground provides fun for kids and anyone can picnic by the river, and there's a refreshment kiosk with coffee and snacks. The gardens that surround the hall include an Italian garden and formal gardens. There's also a deer pond, a bird bath fountain, a bluebell wood and lots of orchids too. The bird bath fountain, which is in the Italian garden, was installed in 1945, with a bronze deer acquired in 1948. The gardens were relaid in 2009 using Heritage Lottery funding. Towneley Park has some great walks with easy rambles and some more strenuous walks on waymarked footpath. The park was first opened to the public in June 1902 by Margaret Thornby. She was the 18-year-old daughter of the then Mayor of Burnley, Thomas Thornby. At this event, the chairman of the Parks and Recreation Grounds Committee gave a speech. He was called Councillor Thomas Smith. He lived at a house called Firgrove on Tonberdon Road in Burnley. Burnley's first park was Queen's Park, which was opened in 1893. Scott Park was opened in 1895, and Towneley Park was the third park to be opened in Burnley. Towneley Hall itself was first opened to the public as a museum and an art gallery by Lord Rosebery in 1903. The veranda of the cafe is where a courtyard used to be. A large building was in front of the courtyard, and this was used as the stables until 1902. The cafe is in the former coach house. This has been used as an ice cream shop since 1903. The War Memorial was created by Walter Gilbert, and it was unveiled by Lord Derby in 1926. Until about 1965, there was a pond in front of the War Memorial. The nearby bowling green opened in 1903 on a site called Chapel Lee. The two other bowling greens in the park and the tennis courts opened in 1924. The pitch and putt golf course opened in 1967. It is situated in what was called High Road Field. The old Massey Music Pavilion was built in 1929 on the edge of High Road Field. Before this, bands performed on a makeshift bandstand on a piece of land at the back of the hall. The music pavilion was partly demolished after a fire in 1963. The nearby terraces and some of the building existed until the late 1990s. You can still see remnants of this if you explore the woodland. High Road Field was a popular picnic area before it became a pitch and putt golf course. The pathway near the main golf course features some disused gas lamps. These were functioning from 1920 until about 1968. Due to the fear that they might be attacked, female servants of Towneley Hall were always accompanied by gamekeepers if they walked along the footpaths. Only certain people were allowed on the paths in the woods before 1902. There were several older buildings which stood next to Towneley Hall until they were demolished in 1929. The site was then used for the new extension to the hall. The extension to the hall is modern, but it looks very different from the old hall in terms of architectural style. In 1902, Foldys Cross was situated at the bottom of a footpath, only a few yards away from the hall. Foldys Cross was moved to the top of the footpath where it is now in 1911. It's a gentle walk from the hall itself up to see Foldys Cross, through an avenue of trees. Towneley Park was considerably enlarged in 1931 when Thanet Wood, situated near the War Memorial, was opened to the public by the Mayor Henry Nuttall. And in 1960 the fountain in the lake was installed as well. The old stables were one of two stables that served the Towneley family. They were built in the 16th century. In 1904 the park and the surrounding estates were opened to the public for the first time. Shortly after this, the stables were converted into a cafe for visitors and for tourists. If you've enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button and give our video a quick like. We'd really appreciate this as it really helps our channel. Thanks for watching.